this first phase Nature's Prophet, Mike. You know, it's like they
it,
picked
John.
everything else after. You know,
Let me have
actually, the thing that actually shakes up this draft for me the most for Meteor that I really don't believe in is the Tiny. Like Tiny overall just hasn't felt the best when we've watched it, Mike. We've seen it from off lane, we've seen it from mid, we've seen it support. Mid's probably its best position right now. Blessing's gonna have to really snowball quite fast. And his lane matchup feels atrocious. Like up against a Necrophos, who's just constantly spamming Death Pulse out, getting his Heartstopper regen back. It's a very static lane that the Necrophos enjoys. You can try the burst play. You will probably need a support rotation out. So I'm keen to see whether Meteor can bring out their supports in TZ and Sanwu out and get some early aggression, because that Tiny needs to be enabled here to really tie in with your timings with a Centaur as well. And if that falls flat, you've got a bit of an issue. Overgrowth, blink timing for Guo is going to be big. If he gets that right in the nick of time, you're not going to be escaping with that Stampede anytime soon.
Certainly not. Here we go. Banner in fight. Maybe breaks up, but it seems like they do not want to fight into the Centaur right now. Fair enough. Rather not get 3-man hoop stomped if you can avoid it. It is going to be a 2-for-2 trade on the bounties. In fact, they do find Ma Blue, who has gone level 1 arrow right now, so he's going to take a lot of damage on his way out. Probably not enough to die, but it seems like the chase is still ongoing. They get a couple more hits in. Oh, they have lead seed in a couple seconds, but it's seeming like it's going to be a bit too late. Instead, they'll turn on to Molasses, but now the arrow back the way of the tree, and so you're taking way too much damage on him. The lead seed off is going to heal up just a little bit, but it seems like they were better off just leaving Ma Blue the way he was.
Yeah, and I like seeing this coming out from Sanwu as well. Like he has the quelling no tangos. He just got the entire tree line himself. You don't even have a quelling on Molasses. That's all Sanwu. So he's just giving this tree, and you know, it's a classic thing. You're up against a treant lane, you cut the tree line, just give yourself a little bit more room, or at least give your offlaner room to breed and build up in that lane. And it should set up Molasses to have at least a decent first few levels. Taking a look at mid, a bit of a back and forth. Again, Blessing, he's not going to be completely zoned out, but as the levels go up in that Death Pulse, it is going to be harder for you to just walk up and try to get some harassment with the tree grab right clicks. The Avalanche can be one way to disrupt Dolphin as well, but he's comfy here. You Death Pulse, you last hit, you're healing, you have sustain. Tiny doesn't have any of that.
Certainly doesn't. See what Blessing gets done about this in the mid lane. Obviously, still should be able to CS, but like you said, as the levels go up, any lane against Necrophos is kind of annoying unless you're playing cheese heroes. So, see what they can do about it. How's the bot lane going? You're going to have our Prophet being played by another against, of course, Helios and TZY, who have the support of TZ on the Clockwork. What do you think about this lane, John? Do you feel like it should be free farm for the Prophet? Does it go the other way? What do we think?
There's a lot of aggression that can come out from the side of LBZS once they hit level 3, level 4. If they can just gap close onto the NP, which you know, with Onslaught and Cookie, it's not going to be that tough. TZ has to cut them off quite nicely. He has to put his body forward. If he's not in that right position when the commitment's coming out from LBZS, it's not going to take too long to kill off in this game. So, gonna have to be a little bit wary. NP plus Clockwork is a little bit more passive as well. It's the laning combination. You can see TZ just going for pulse, looking for bouncing that lane out, but in terms of aggression, he can't really commit against a Primal Beast and a Snap. Too much punishment.
Oh, Ma Blue again being chased down top side. He's still at level 1, so if they do catch him, he has really no way out. Just needs a creep for level 2, but there's your Nature's Grasp now, slowing him down even longer. And they'll find the kill. First blood to go the way of our Monkey King. Happy days, and well, Ma Blue, he's just been left at level 1. This treant has made his life a living hell this top lane.
Now, Gulgo's just running around, quacking away. And you can cut the tree line all you want because of the changes to the trees some time ago, that's several patches ago, where it grows back in like 2 minutes. It's not as detrimental for a tree to just wait for it to come back. And you can still flank, you can still trade fairly favorably. You don't have anything like a Blightstone for Sanwu, so you don't trade that well up against Treant if he is on top of you. And again, this is a favorable lane for Fonty. It's up against a Centaur, melee matchup for Monkey, level 2 Jingu. You really don't mind if they try to make a play on you. As long as you have Jingu charged up, you're going to be able to heal right through and turn it around.
You will. Look at mid lane. With a chase going on here for Blessings. Dolphin understanding the advantage he has in this matchup. It's being so annoying, but a nice avalanche is there. Toss-up is not going to be enough, though. Unless you're going to be forced to Fairy Fire and run back towards the base. Luckily, he's already kind of halfway there with his position anyway. But this mid lane, it's just impossible for this Tiny to play. It's just not going to be fun at all.
Dolphin's just showing how much you can bully down bot, though.
Yeah, that's a big one. And goes down on the Nature's Prophet. Thing is with TZ, and you guys kept pointing out the Clockwork does ruin the Primal Beast, but if TZ doesn't completely babysit this Prophet, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it just goes back to the dynamic of this lane. TZ knows that there's no real offensive play, so he's trying to just go for the pulse, go for lane equilibrium, and that leaves a big gap between him and which leads to that aggression that can come out. Like, he's going for Battery Assault now, but there's no real way of tying into that here. And with Battery Assault down, you're going to have a bit of a window again for LBZS to look for that play, especially if the lane's just constantly shoved out.
Pretty tough time here for TZ, that's for sure. Speaking of tough times, looking back at mid, Blessing is still not having a very good time. We'll go for an avalanche toss onto Dolphin. Problem is, Dolphin can just passively heal up with the Heartstopper and the Death Pulse. And of course, he is going into the Hood of Defiance build. So not going to allow that magical burst to happen as top lane Blue goes down. Blessing is still being chased here by Dolphin. And I think Dolphin might just be dead, though. He does save himself with the raindrops. Dolphin now, going a bit too far, has been punished for the Death Pulse. Going to keep him alive just barely. Rotations incoming from Blue to try and maybe snipe him with an arrow, but no, it's off the mark. Right clicks. Oh, so close.
One more.
Come on, one more. Oh, Dolphin's fine. No leap. Still level 2. Just complete charges being wasted. What can you do? It happens.
And now it's where it gets a little bit scary. Dolphin has his level 6, and next time he dives in like that, he's got the sight. He's going to be able to find that kill. A strong start for LBZS. We're already seeing a little bit of jungle play coming out from trying to dodge out that lane. That's a free lane now coming out for TZY. This ramp up on the Primal Beast, if he's just allowed to soak into 6 like this for free, the threat of just onslaught into pulverize, you have a lot of gank potential, and your Clockwork's just not geared to counteract that just yet.
Well, there goes our Train, bottom lane, or rather top lane, excuse me. Does go down as Fonte going to try and chase down Molasses. Trying to just get the Jingu Mastery proc, won't get so lucky with that. Molasses with a very nice juke into the tree line, will not allow it. 1-3 now the way of LBZS. It's kind of the saving grace is Molasses finding that kill up at the top lane, but thing is, Fonte's still completely free farmed on this Monkey King. And as you just saw in the mid lane, like, you're not going to have this Tiny that can rotate and really save these lanes. Still very, very far away from those core itemizations as TZ. Gonna go for a bit of a chase into Helios. Scatterblast will be off the mark, but seems like they actually just want to stack up the creep wave with the small camp. That'll allow TZY to farm even more effectively here on the Primal Beast. And again, they just can't slow this man down. TZY is having a very free game thus far.
Yep. Already at 6, has the phase boots up. His timings are kind of online. Early Hood of Defiance for Dolphin. He had that at 6 minutes 40. Really good pacing from him. Now you can't burst him down with the Avalanche Toss even coming out here from Blessing. So that early burst play that Tiny provides you, not going to feel as great up against our Necropos. And you're just forced to already jungle. Although they are chasing Helios a bit, but again, even if you find this angle with a Battery Assault, and even if the Cogs came out or the Sprout, you always have Cookie. And you always have the Living Armor to buff you up a little bit more. They can't fully commit for these kills. And that just gives LBZS all the room to be the guys taking the initiative. They're the ones working the map. They're the ones hunting around, trying to go for the bottle. At least you get the DD on Blessing here.
Still the chase is ongoing. Meanwhile, bottom side, you do lose your Clockwork. TZ going down as Molasses is still being chased here by Fonte, but not going to get taken out as Blue now going to run into a tree, so he's not too happy at the moment. Can leap away if he needs to, though. Not too big of a deal. 1-4. 3k advantage for LBZS. And slowly but surely, Dolphin is just constantly just pushing in this mid-tier 1 tower. They've got to rotate more heroes in, and they are going to try now. See if they can catch up this Prophet, or rather, the Necrophos, and it seems like they will. Arrows there. Battery Assault will be enough, and they'll take down the Necrophos. Dolphin finally going down and being punished for being so deep in the mid lane. But look at the amount of damage you got off into that T1 tower. It's almost gone.
Down to 400 HP. Same thing happens down bot with TZY shoving in. Getting jumped by Molasses, though.
TZY should just be gone and will be. Molasses able to find a very important pick off for his team. Look at the farm of Molasses, though. He's 2.7k net worth. He's literally got Phase Boots and a Ring of Health. That's about it for 9 minutes.
When you say Molasses is behind, Blessing is worse off on his Tiny. And we talked about that Tiny having to kick up the pace. You know, blink timing is very important here. He had a rough lane up against the Necro, but 2 cores being this far behind does not bode well. That kind of feels like you're going to be all in on just for quite a fair bit of time. He did go Midas, so he will have a lot of scaling coming out. But none of your cores are ready to make these plays. Like, we're talking about double blinks on Tiny and on Centaur. That's still a long ways off. You've got a free lane coming out now for Fonte, and he's allowed to just farm into this Battle Fury, no contest. And this Monkey King is just going to be a massive issue if he's allowed to go into that jungle and get that build up. And you are getting some decent stacks getting formed up here by Helios as well. That's something that the side of Meteor has to scout out somehow. Maybe, again, once at least one of these blinks are up, and if they have level 6, they can go for those plays.
Pulverize on Molasses bot side, but it is still a Centaur. He's not going to die that easily. Helios going to get spotted out by TZ. Courier will go down here for the clock. Helios, kind of awkward to find a way out of this one, but he's going to try and cookie onto the high ground. Does actually make it as well. Cogs were not there in time, still the chase is on. Sprout is out from They don't have a Quelling Blade or a Tango right now, but they missed the stun. It won't matter, hopefully, as they... Oh my god, they have to pop the Stampede for this. To make sure Helios doesn't deny himself to the large cap. I don't know, man. That was a bit rough.
Yeah, that's a bit right there. It's not a great feeling. They find a kill, they scout out the stacks. So that's one benefit coming out from that, but this big question mark still over my head, Mike, because you're making these plays, you're jumping around, you're not forcing out the monkey. Like, you have all this room to jump top instead. Fonte's basically alone. And you could easily punish the monkey at this point while he's still trying to go for Battle Fury naked. I mean, at least with power treads, but he is vulnerable, and they're opting to focus elsewhere, which I guess you could say, yeah, we're trading farm with the NP, which is fair, with a Midas, and working into the Gleipnir with a Maelstrom. Your Nature's Prophet can keep up, but I just feel like free farming on Fonte like this, it's scary, because these other cores from LBZS, they don't need much either. Even if you are kind of trying to harass them out, you're only finding supports. You haven't been able to jump the Primal Beast. You've been able to jump Dolphin one time, but not since then. And this passive game, at some point, Meteor's going to have to try to make some plays. Blinks are on their way, though, so yeah, perhaps that's the timing you're just waiting for.
It must be. Pulverize again, bottom lane.
TZY.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anything, but it is forcing Molasses out of the bot lane, and I think that's just the idea here from TZY. He doesn't want to share the bot wave. The thing is, Molasses in the end is going to get it anyway. But I suppose as TZY, you don't care. Like, Pulverize at level 1 is a 32-second cooldown. You can just casually throw it whenever the hell you want.
Yeah, you can just keep farming. You really don't care. It's such a low commitment spell. It just goes down from there, too. And Dolphin just sees TZY. High fives are out, at least. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, they know they can't kill each other. Just give him a high five. You know, it's as good as
Dolphin could probably kill TZ, to be fair. Like, one more death pulse into a sight.
I mean, he might. Dolphin, he pump fakes it.
I was thinking about it.
He's thinking about it, all right. I don't think he will. I think he does need a little bit more damage than that. Maybe if Ghost Shroud was up and he had the magic hand, perhaps you could argue. Regardless, Stack's being taken to that die triangle now, so you've got the Battle Fury up on your Monkey King. He's just really farming up that die triangle. Whether the stacks get noticed or not, doesn't really matter if you can't contest them. I mean, I suppose on the other end of things, you do still have a Prophet that's farming quite effectively himself with the Maelstrom up now, but you are still lacking, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like you have the damage or the control at the moment. I mean, this mid-tiny is still 400 gold away from having the blink up. There is going to be a smoke, at least. You've got to blink up on Molasses, but they're running somewhere where there's no enemy heroes.
Yeah, but that's where their vision was at. So, I mean, and then they did see the triangle cleared out. So probably not the best spot to go into. If they do get a good jump here, it's not going to be too difficult for to come in if more damage is needed as well. And Wrath of Nature is coming off cooldown. So you have the burst here.
They are wrapping. Helios is going to get spotted. Hookshot is there onto the Necrophos as well. They'll have a Spirit Vessel charge available on Mar Blue now, so Dolphin's in huge trouble. He has the Ghost Scepter, but it won't matter. Around the Ghost form, he will end up going down, and that's huge. Such an aggressive position to be in for the side of LBZS, and they'll get punished heavily for it.
Big blink reveal coming out from Molasses. That's the timing they were really just waiting for. And you find more.
Yeah, there's your Treant getting spotted out. Stampede pop preemptively just to ensure they can get away and have enough damage for the Treant kill. I heard a BKB from who? Oh, bottom side. Why the hell not? TZY?
Moonlight Shadow, come on.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow is proving to be more than enough. In fact, Blessing is going to turn it. Kisses are there. Blessing is somehow still alive, but will finally drop.
Wow. It's a little bit clowny. It's ending up better for Meteor. They're finding these core kills, and they're starting to catch up. The space they're buying here for is paying off. He's #1 in net worth. You still have this good time coming out from Fonty though. And thank for the side of LBZS, Dolphin, once he has a Guardian Greaves up, the Spirit Vessel counterplay to his healing, it's not going to feel as one-sided for Dolphin to counteract. And I love this Ags Rush as well coming out from TZY. Just having that break option, going to be fairly useful up against Molasses, and more damage output as well to be up front. His BKB usage, first usage, not the best. It still nets them a kill, so you're not too upset. But you do have to respect Meteor now. They have a lot of jump, they have a lot of gap close, and they can play this quite fast.
Well, there's that jump you talked about. Molasses being targeted. Dolphin waiting very long for that Reaper's Scythe, and it wasn't going to be enough anyway. A very desperate kind of play here from LBZS, and they're punished again. Dolphin's down. They've caught TZY as well on the Primal Beast. And Helios, well, he kind of just went right into the cogs. Never really had the cookie to throw out anyway. We'll turn it back around onto Mar Blue, but Blessing's in. Avalanche Toss is there. The Snapfire trying to run, but the Stampede should be enough to take him down. And it will be. Onto another. They're going to find an arrow onto a tree. And that'll be the mid-tier 1 tower to drop. Now, I'll tell you what, John, LBZS, they've kind of ran into a brick wall twice in a row now, and it really is not paying off.
No, they're not coordinating together, whereas Meteor are playing together much stronger. Dolphin goes in by himself. He doesn't have the sight for a solo kill opportunity either.
Meanwhile, chase onto Marana. Mar Blue going to try and get himself out. Does have no leap charges left. Fonte, he's on the chase. Won't matter. Oh, maybe it will. Mar Blue.
What's happening?
All right. All right. He gets the. I was wondering the same thing there, John. I was very confused for a moment.
it is a little bit topsy-turvy right now for LBZS, right? Like their movements a little bit disjointed. They're not really clumping up together as a team, but they are streaming together one by one. So that does show some unity there. They just need to move together as a unit rather than one by one, and I think that fixes a lot of their issues. Like we haven't seen these kisses with Pulverized play. We haven't seen TZY stand up front for the team with the BKB. And Dolphin actually get off a successful Reaper. We are 17 minutes in with no Reaper Sight charge. That is... It's not the worst thing in the world. At the same time, Reaper Sight is a pretty damn long cooldown. Every time you don't manage to use that spell successfully, it just feels painful.
Here we go again. Smoke out. Tosses up. Blessing setting up perfectly. And there goes Dolphin. Dolphin's down. They're trying their best to get Molasses, but he's a Centaur. I mean, he's not dying. This is a Centaur in the early game. He is not going to drop that easily. Helios goes down again. That'll be 2. In fact, they found another now. The Monkey King. The arrow somehow doesn't land, though. Fonte, he's going to turn around, and it looks like they've messed up. TZ is gone. Molasses is gone. Mar Blue is probably gone. And I'd hate to be that guy, but how do you miss that arrow?
There's a lot of things that went weird there, Mike. Arrow miss
I
is
need
one.
to see that.
Yeah, no, I need to see it again because I absolutely understand. Like, they get this overgrowth out, they get the jump in, but then Helios is right next to them, so he couldn't use kisses. And like, you had the overgrowth set up for a big kisses play earlier on, but then it still works out for LBZS anyway because you get a double damage rune, as we can see here. So they get the jump on Dolphin, charge in from TZY is nice, but he didn't BKB beforehand. Overgrowth's there, but Helios is right next to them with kisses. It's like, it's just topsy-turvy from everywhere. And then there's a DD that spawns for Fonty, and he picks it up, and it's like,
yeah, he
I'm
gets it,
confused.
John, but he should have been dead. Look at this. Arrow, where's the arrow
it's
going?
the Z-axis. It's the Z-axis. It's all.
No, it's not. No, it's
the
not.
Stairs,
Stop being so
the
nice.
stairs are always weird. The stairs are always weird as an angle. They absolutely
Alright.
mess a lot of skill shots up.
Dire's middle tower is
So
under attack.
it looks awkward, but from certain camera angles, it looks like it would hit. You know?
Okay. I'll accept it, John.
Ooh,
Hookshot
quick
is
go.
there.
What?
Nice cookie on the high ground, but it won't matter.
What is this game? This is just. This is a funky
weird one.
game. Like, it's so weird. Like the movements, the cookie through hook shot mid animation, and you go up. It's like what?
Molasses now the one making the jump in. Does find TZY and going back to the mid lane now. Reaper's Scythe is there. They do find Marblue. That'll be the first charge of the Reaper's Scythe being granted to Dolphin. Happy days. Mind you, it is just a Mirana, but it's still something considering how badly the rest of the game's gone for LBZS. They are still 6k ahead after all this,
Yeah.
by the way, John.
Is under attack.
Despite dropping those losses, they're still well ahead. Like, look at the gap between Dolphin and Molasses. Dolphin and Blessing. That's your mid tiny. That just doesn't feel like he's had the biggest impact just yet on Blessing's end. He has shown us a couple of good avalanche tosses though. So he's doing his job just right. For LBZS, I mean, even with a 5k lead, I honestly can't say they're in that strong of position. Like, they are ahead, but execution-wise, I don't. It's weird. It's it's a little bit desynced from, I think, what we're expecting from a team like LBZS. And props to Meteor, they're coordinating together a lot better. They're making use of these double blinks. They're initiating well.
Jump in. Arrow's going to be there to follow up with the Hoop Stomp, and Blessing should have enough damage output to take him out, and will. Hookshot was there just in case, but won't be necessary. They've now got the Tiny. Blessing, he might die for this, but I'd still say it's well worth the Necrophos's life if that's all they're going to lose. TZY, he'll go for a bit more with the Onslaught. Does find TZ, but there's no follow-up to it. Molasses, he'll make the jump back in, now losing the Tree and Protector. Fonte's going to try with the Monkey King. Does get the Jigu Mastery procs, but has no Boundless Strike. But does have the cookie from Helios. So a 2 for 2, but in comes now on that Prophet, holding down the Monkey King as he will try to go for a bit of a run. Onslaught is there. They'll try to turn this one around.
God.
The Pulverize to hold him down. Molasses could not get the stun to help out. And so ultimately, it was a great start for Meteor, but now they've ended up giving it 2 to 3 away.
Yeah, it's going the way of LBZS. These staggered, prolonged fights are starting to work in their favor. That cooldown Pulverize, you can use it twice in a fight with how long it's taking them to find these angles. And sure, you mass commit onto Dolphin. That's a Necrophos. I mean, even if he's your mid, even if he's this big core,
Radiant's bottom
you're,
tower
what are
is
you
under
taking out from the team fight? You're taking out Death Pulse and Reaper's Sight. And neither of which
Hookshot.
has felt like the biggest spells.
They're going to find Helios again. Pipe will be there to help out from Dolphin, but he cops an arrow. Oh, he's been a magnet for these arrows this game. Overgrowth is out. They've caught the Mirana. Reaper Scythe committed. It's not even enough to kill him. That's a little bit sad. Level 2 Reaper Scythe not proving to be enough, so he won't get the free stack. And now Molasses is going to find a bit of a trade, it seems. They have caught the Treant. We'll pick up the kill on the Prophet. A 1 for 1, but it certainly feels like it's in the favor of Meteors. They want to try for a bit more now. Dolphin's going to be spotted out here by TZ. No hookshot available yet. They might just leave the Necrophos go. Though I say that, there is a bit of a group up happening from Meteor Gaming, but doesn't seem like it's going to amount to too much.
No. Oh.
Bottom? M's running. There is a Basher available on Fonte, but he won't go too much further. Looks like that'll be the BKB usage of is gone for a little bit. So TP up top and try to farm there instead. The TZY is still around the area if you want to try, but looks like he'll blink up towards the north and he's going to be just fine. you are getting to the point where this Monkey King's going to have a full Skadi up now, and I think that's going to be quite the concern if you are Meteor Gaming.
Yeah, he's just going to be super durable up front, especially if he manages to get that Wukong's off. Has the BKB to protect from all this magical burst. You're not going to have enough physical output from really deal with Monkey King at this point just yet. And you lose your plate mail as well on the Centaur. So even he can't stand up to the Monkey King with his own EHP at where it's at. You know, you don't have the highest ag gain in this hero, so you don't have that much natural armor to deal with that physical core. LBZS, they're still in a good position. It's just, it's so awkward. Like, they are dropping heroes, but they're still 10k ahead.
Passes. Rooted up, held down. It's going to be more than enough. No overgrowth even necessary. They just used the root off the shards of the Treant. Hookshot was there. But they do end up finding this Treant Protector. The D-Ward was already taken, though. The TZ can't actually kill him. They don't see him. Meanwhile, Helios goes down mid lane. The fight ongoing as TZY. Very nice onslaught right through Blue. I mean, the Reaper Scythe will do enough damage here on this Mirana. And so now 20 to 18. The way of Meteor, but 11k advantage for LZBS. So kill-wise, Meteor is still the better team, but net worth-wise, LBZS are in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, kills are nice and all, but if it doesn't translate to net worth, you'd rather have them winning here. And LBZS should feel like they're in a good position. They should have the read that they're in a much stronger position. Like, you've got this hyper farm Monkey King, you're shoving in the tier 2 before the Nature's Prophet can. And Fonte is so confident, he's just going for Butterfly. Like, he knows he can afford to go for that. You're not immediately going to go for something like an MKB on, you've got the full Ags up and running now on TZY as well, so you've got to deal with all those little patterns coming out.
Molasses? Stampede away. TZY still going for a bit of a chase with the trample. That's okay. Arrow's going to land here from Blue. Overgrowth, though, will be committed. Gleipnir, however, going to lock him down. Ooh. The Ag still goes while he's dying, apparently, but it won't matter.
That's a little awkward. That was the BKB of TZY right as he got out of the stun into immediate death. So, it's not the biggest deal. Down to 6 seconds. Smoke out now.
They want to try and capitalize the best they can. Helios again being caught at the Snapfire is probably going to die to the Spirit Vessel. Eventually the Gleipnir will come in. Blue able to secure the kill here on the Prophet. And they might think about Roshan. You do have your Prophet here. You could think about it. They'll start with the mid-tier 1 tower first to make sure there's no TP rotation point. I suppose you won't be able to secure the outpost yet, but instead, they're going to find a Monkey King. Fonte gets a BKB off, but there's a hook shot out from TZ. It's wasting a lot of the duration of this BKB. So he'll find the clockwork at the least. Will survive through it. Meanwhile, Blessing's being chased down. Does get dusted up on the Tiny. That's the pickoff they want. He does get Boundless Striked as well. TZY is waiting on the low ground just in case they need him there. And they won't. So they make the jump onto Fonte. He'll just survive with his BKB and take 2 of them out himself.
It just goes back to your issues with dealing with Monkey King. He has so much armor coming to. He has so much stats, so much armor when the Wukong's is down that you don't really have a way of bursting him down with your heroes right now. You can tank through a little bit better with Molasses. He has his full Lotus Orb up. His courier just gave him the plate mill back as well. Even then, it's just not enough. Like, your NP just can't hit hard enough in that time and going for more.
But they are. Kisses are there. Blue the one to get caught out with the overgrowth, and he will just drop. Back to the Roshan, I think. Roshan's still relatively healthy, but with the Mirana and Tiny down, it's kind of hard to see them being able to contest. So sure, you have the rocket flare vision, but you don't have the backup. See daisies?
Okay. He gets sacrificed. And that does buy space out to fully finish out the Roche. You don't mind too much. I love that they give it to Dolphin as well. They know the Necrophos is more than likely going to be in that position where it's going to be up front, it's going to die. 2 lives up, you can save your Reaper for that secondary life, look for a good use out of it. And you're pretty damn secure on Fonte anyway. Like, his Butterfly's almost done. That's Battle of Fury BKB, Scotty Basher Butterfly at 29 minutes, it looks like. Here's the timing. That's pretty ridiculous how much Fonte's gotten from that free lane. They left it alone for such a long time from Meteor.
It's huge. TZS, it's going to be a stun out. They found TZY. Cookie, though, might have just saved the day as the clockwork. Hookshot gets blocked here by Mar Blue. I don't think it would have mattered too much, but you could have tried for a Cogs push back onto the low ground on TZY. Not going to happen, though. Very unfortunate there for Meteor Gaming.
Yeah, they miss out on a little bit of an opportunity, but they don't take any losses and they don't really commit too much. So they don't lose out. You do have to wonder, as this game scales on, I don't think it gets any easier for Meteor Gaming. I don't think it necessarily gets that much harder, but it doesn't simplify as the game goes on. You have equal, if not better, scaling coming out from LBZS. You've got... I love what Google is doing. So he has the blink up. He's going for Ags, which we haven't seen on Treant since forever. So I'm happy to see that. I'm a Treant Ags enjoyer. It just, well, the game has to last like 18 minutes for you to cover the map, but hey, could happen.
Here we go. He's still chasing down TZ. TZ knows he's being watched right now. That's the worst part. He'll get rooted up. And you could try for a hook shot with this jetpack. TZ trying his absolute best, or even overgrowth, just to ensure they get him. And why the hell not? And there's Eyes in the Forest garbage, John. I mean, I used to be an enjoyer back in the day. It's a weird one, right? Because you can basically overgrowth all across the map as well, which is kind of the nicer part. The vision is just kind of whatever to me, because it's pretty obvious the tree's there.
Molasses?
Bottom lane. Well, Dolphin, rather, is the one that's kind of in the middle of everyone, but he's still just going to move in very confidently. Cookie, Blink, Dolphin still trying to find Mar Blue. They'll give him the Lotus Orb. Dolphin doesn't have the detection, so Helios is going to move back in, but now he's moving in as well. They've got the Snapfire. Helios is gone. Dust again out. Dolphin still chasing for a Reaper Scythe attempt, but who's going to pop his BKB, and now Blessing's going to jump in. They're onto the tree, and they've got him down. In comes the onslaught. TZU is going to try and turn this one with the Pulverize out, but it's doing no damage. There's your Reaper Scythe. It's out onto Mar Blue. Was it really that worth it? Was it that necessary to chase down Mar Blue for that long for that?
It's a mental game now. Dolphin has used this Reaper Sight all on just the Mirana. Like, remember the panel Lizard was talking about the value in ripping apart these strength cores, the Tiny, the Centaur with the Sight? Nope! We're going for the Mirana, boys. One more time. Bring her down. I gotta send a message. I don't think it's worthwhile. He had an opportunity to sight up the Tiny, right? Like, they gripped Blessing out, or was it Molasses? One of those two with a Pulverize. No, he had his eyes dead set. He turned around and went for the Mirage. Like, damn, Dolphin, what did he do to you, man?
He's rough. Very, very rough. What can you do?
Oh, and anyways, going back to your point about the Ags. Ricky, right? Yeah, you're right. The vision's not the biggest thing. The fact that you can de-push waves forever is really the big thing. You can stall a game out to never end if you play your cards right in this hero. Like, literally never end, because the creeps won't come up, and backdoor will always kick in, and it's like, yeah, game can just never end once you reach that point. Love it.
That's the thing. Like, in Dota All-Stars back in my day, Jonathan, like this Ags used to be hard to detect. Like, it used to be really hard to see where these trees were.
Yeah.
And I believe at some point you couldn't even see them. You had to have sentries or dust to be able to see them.
Yeah.
But now they're super obvious. They completely show you a radius of it. If it was hard to see, then I'd say the Ags is actually valuable. But it's too easy.
You still need sentry to see the exact tree, but yeah, the overgrowth can tell you where it is, but you still need the sentry, you know? Still need some goal to find it.
If I don't need the sentry, John, I'm pretty sure the pros don't. I'll tell you that.
It's fair, I suppose.
Top lane
just does expire.
Blessing gets caught out on the Tiny. We'll get an avalanche off, and Stampede's going to be there anyway. It's like Fonte was not willing to pop a BKB for that, and that's fair enough. Mid lane, TZY just freely roaming through. Just no fear in the world, even though there's like 4 heroes next to him.
He has not cared in a while, Mike. TZY has just been playing like a guy who really does not care. Well, Kaya Sanch just bought out. That was a lot of gold in the bank there. Jeez. But more hold, more damage coming out, more durability coming out. Ags being formed up by Helios. The side of Meteor going for a smoke play. They need to catch someone, not the supports. If you can get TZY, that's good. If you can get Dolphin, a little bit better. Whether or not they find the angle, though, is a bigger question here.
They almost found the Monkey King, but not the easiest option to try and go for. So instead, they'll look at TZY. They'll find the Primal Beast once again, and it looks like he'll just get taken out. This is the kind of thing I'm starting to question. Is it really worth LBZS being this split across the map? Because it's like, if you group up as 5 and try for high ground, can they actually stop you? Probably not.
No. I mean, you have a full Abyssal and Butterfly Monkey King at this point, right? Like, you should be feeling confident for the clump up. And instead, TZY feeds out the gem. So, not the best feeling in the world. Goa probably not happy about losing his gem like that. No. Do like that you did read the Butterfly, so you've got the MKB ready here on and that actually helps a lot with the push as well, so you don't mind too much in the NP. It's so weird because they drop kills like this 1 by 1, but they still have this overwhelming net worth lead. You look at Dota Plus, it's 81% the way of LBZS. It's like, even if they chain fed 1 by 1, at least in one more team fight, which we did see them do earlier on, it doesn't change much just because of how efficient they are in the downtime. It's just kind of ridiculous to think about that. Like, yeah, you know what, you can kill us, but we work the map better, so we're still gonna have this lead.
Well, here we go. Bottom lane, they are gonna try and maybe force high ground. Fonte, he does have the Wukong's command as well as the BKB up, so should be feeling rather safe, but now you have a Scyther Vice up on Molasses. The Hex is available in the Centaur. Looks like you have found out the Treant already, so you're not gonna have that advantage to your way, and well, that might just be it. One down, LBZS, they've seen enough. Back to farming the map. Or are they? Never mind, back down to the bot lane. They'll try it 4v5. I mean, without the overgrowth, I don't really know if you want to force this fight.
Well, Meteor are going the opposite way.
Then they'll force the TP rotations. LBZS, they'll defend the mid and the top lane. But now, you have potential to find somebody, and Helios... Oh, Helios might be the target, but no, never mind. They found an even bigger target. They've got the tree volley up as well. That'll be Dolphin gone in the mid lane. It's going to be another one of those scenarios. Like, you're up against the Prophet, so you're naturally going to have to split up to farm the map because the waves are always going to be forced in. The problem is, he's getting way too much opportunity to push out the map.
Yeah, he's not quite, able to really split push as much. And my big issue right now for LBZS is Dolphin. He's not able to survive True. Like this is a fairly tanky Necrophorus. Getting the Heart will boost up his EHP quite a fair bit, at the least. So it's a lot more to burn True. He'll still probably get bursted down in that stun window. I would maybe prefer an Aeon Disc here, just to have that opportunity to turn around.
They've got the leash out on the Monkey King. He'll still have the Quelling Blade, so he'll go in onto... Abyssal Blade is there, Wukong's command, Overgrowth, everything being committed, and that's your Prophet gone. Marblue, he will follow right after. And this is what you want to see from LBZS. Like, every time the Prophet shows on the map, it feels like you can just jump him immediately. There's not much he can do to escape.
Yeah, they've just been really cautious about it. But they get a grip there. They've got the full Arcane Blink as well on Fonte. I love seeing that for the Wukongs. Unfortunately, with it on cooldown, although...
Jump in. Immediately onto the Tiny. Hookshot to try and help out, but TZ actually hookshot Molasses. Blessing. Popped his BKB, goes into a tree volley, back in onto TZY. They will find the Primal Beast, but this does cost them the buybacks both from their Prophet and their Mirana. Moonlight Shadow popped immediately straight after as well, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find a straggler for themselves. Everyone from LBZS is well and truly gone.
Whoa, what's he doing there? What?
Alright, never mind, they'll find somebody.
He was on the low ground, tree line, blinked up into the forest. For what? I'm trying to think of what reason. Cut the creep wave? He could have cut from up north.
If you This is what I thought as soon as I saw the Ags being queued up there. This is the kind of Treant Protector player I expect when they're building up the Ags. Do you have any argument towards what I just said?
No.
No, hold on.
No, that's exactly what I want.
Scythe Device is there onto the Necrophos. TZ's in. Arrow's gonna land. Hookshot's off the mark. 4 staff away. TZ's running still and somehow able to get out. Here we go again. Dolphin just blinks right in. Meanwhile, Roshan's gotten started. The train's moved in. Well, what the hell is happening this game?
I'm so confused. This game's just been confusing me for nearly 30 minutes, Mike. I don't know. It's fun, but I don't understand it. This is simply too next level for me.
Right.
The Ags coming up for Guogua is probably the one thing that will excite me the most. Because at that point, you let this guy drop a couple of those eyes in the forest.
Hold on
you
a
can't
minute.
push.
They've got the MK, but BKB's there in time. They can't burst down Fonte that quickly, and Blessing may have given his life away for this. 4 staff, oh, it may be just enough, but no, the Boundless Strike is there. Chase on for more. TZ gonna go the other way. Instead, they'll find Mar Blue here on the Mirana. Oh, and that's a courier gone with an Aeon Disc recipe. The Mar Blue without an Aeon Disc for about 3 minutes now. And Roshan is gonna be completely open for LBZS to get started on.
Yeah. Without the Tiny, it's going to be a little bit harder to go for a steal play. TZ could try to go, but he really opt for it. Doesn't opt to be in that area. And now, we've got our eyes in the forest. Excellent. Now you can just stall off the Nature's Prophets. You can just stall the push. You know, you can literally make it that you chain feed 3 team fights in a row, and as long as the eyes in the forest are protected, the game won't end. So, you know, there you go. Some good news, Mike. We could be in for 40 more minutes either way.
We'll see what he does. He's only placed 1 down so far. This is where the
needs more.
I mean, they're 23k ahead right now. They're an Aegis up. This is where you group up as 5 and just move in. But look at this, Dolphin's going by himself. Arrow's not going to land, so he's okay. But we've seen that kind of play so many times this game from LBZS.
Is it a
And
play? I don't think it's a play.
I'm saying play in a very nice way, John. You know?
Yeah, no. I do not know what's going on. And at this point, I'm too afraid to find out.
Okay.
I do not know if I want to know what's going on.
We're about to find out. In we go. Tree volley. Not going to do enough. Fonte has the 4 Ags up now. BKB, they're in time. Blessing, he jumped in for the avalanche toss, but he's not going to be able to find it. So the Moonlight Shadow is just literally allowing them to walk out. Overgrowth is there. Dolphin, Reaper Scythe. It's not going to be enough though. Blessing will still survive just a little bit longer, but finally does go down. As it seems like Fonte, he found, but they still don't have the detection. The Moonlight Shadow is just allowing them to walk away. They'll take the time to get the mid-racks instead, but the glyph is going to be forced. And they don't have Wukong's command now. Do they want to keep this up? You've got a full Heart of Tarrasque on Dolphin. Counter smoke is there from LBZS. Jump in again from Molasses onto the Necrophos. But there's your Gobbler. Helios going to make sure they go. In fact, he kicks him right back in. Dolphin, he's going to have to force the fight now. They've got Mar Blue down. Kisses in. He's going to be trying to run away here on the BKB, and he's going to be all right. Back into the mid-racks they go. There's 1 down without Fiverr.
It's working.
I mean, it's working.
He's still going.
Scythe Device locks down the Necrophos for a moment. That'll be a secondary Rax, it seems. Keep in mind, all Raxes are exposed here. No outer towers left on the map. At least for Meteor Gaming. They are all currently literally just standing in the fountain. Is it going to be a hook shot into like a toss back or something from Meteor? I think that's what they're trying, is hoping that there's going to be a fountain dive happening. Blessing, not going to find a toss back. Eventually will. Hex is out onto the Necrophos, but there's a 4-staff away. Dolphin's fine for now. Pre-volley out. They're onto the Snapfire this time, and they'll find Helios. Problem is their top Rax is being taken down while we speak. They're about to get Mega Creep. And now they are Mega Creep.
Yeah, I don't know if they can stop this. We have to see some big toss backs from Blessing. And it doesn't feel like LBZS is giving them any angles. They're just fully committed now to ending this game.
Yeah. Well, LBZS. One T4 tower gone. They'll go for a second. Moonlight Shadow, they're still in the fountain waiting.
Divine
There
Rapier.
goes your secondary T4. Divine Rapier up now, and they're going to try and burst down the Monkey King. He's still okay now, just barely surviving. But Molasses, he finally gets it. Oh no, he didn't! The Gobble Up play! The Monkey King's alive! Dolphin is just standing his ground. Look at this, the kiss is out! Oh boy, he's trying to run, but the kisses are reaching him. He'll force stuff away. The chase is still going. Dolphin's trying to get within range. He won't get there in time. Gleipnir back out onto the Necrophos. Dolphin will get the Death Seeker once again, though he's going to be fine. He will take him down. So Mega creeps up.
Oh,
Ancient basically
God.
exposed. Now will be. But they are defending.
What is this game?
And meanwhile, this Primal Beast bought both the tombs, John.
Yeah, why not? He wants to hit level 25. Let him be, Mike. Let him be.
No.
No, 25. 25. Haven't you done this as a core? It's like, I need my 25. Ugh, my books. And the one thing is, why are there two books that were not thought out? That's the bigger concern, rather than one guy buying both. Why were there two? Not quite efficient there from LBZS, but you know, it's been action-packed, Mike. They haven't had a moment's rest in a while. It's been whatever this is. This is definitely one of the games for the books, Mike.
Yeah.
One of the games of Dota 2, for sure, right now. He has Divine up here.
Oh, he got the tree.
stun? What?
He got the right tree. Still the Gobble Up
Gobble
again.
Up.
Helios will save. They're going to survive. Helios will not, but at least they got the MK out. In comes our Primal Beast once again. Mind you, they're kind of alone right now, but they're slowly grouping up as Fonte going to jump in onto Molasses. Holds him down on the rock, throws up now. They'll catch the
Fonte.
Centaur.
It's 12-0-12. Like, Jesus.
Here we go.
Perfect scoreline.
It certainly is, John. There's nothing perfect
What's
about this
happening?
game, though, let me tell you. This is a BKB pop now by TZY.
What? He's just making sure that Gogwa doesn't have any eyes in the forest for the enemy team to use against, you know? Maybe those eyes in the forest are working against him, you know? Just clear out the trees.
Yeah, very important. TZY will jump in. Aeon just going to save. Pre-volley is there. TZY trying for the onslaught, but a nice avalanche toss. But now the overgrowth. It's caught three of them. They're going to group up right into the Wukong's command. He's trying to fight. He gets forced off the way, but the Reaper Scythe is there. Divine on the deck.
Oh,
They fought
no.
back, but now you've got no Divine. What now? Pre-volley. That's the answer. Just tree volley, everyone. Jump in. Boundless strike. Removes half the HP pool. TZ just wants to get back into the fountain. Marbleu, they'll pop the Stampede to get there. They're onto Dolphin on this Necrophos. They're still going to jump in with the Molasses. Hookshot to back him up, but the Ancient is just going down way too quickly. That'll be game one over. LBZS, 47 minutes in, they'll take it.